Think better. Just Professor here, someone is popular online, so you assume they are also right about everything. You follow someone because they make good content in one area. Maybe fitness, maybe business, maybe entertainment. They are good at what they do. You trust their expertise in that specific thing. But then they start talking about other stuff. Politics, health, relationships, money, science. Things completely outside what they are actually qualified to talk about. And you listen, you trust them. You take their advice seriously, not because they prove they know about these topics, but because you already decided they are credible. You saw them succeed in one area and your brain assumed they must be smart about everything, so you follow their opinions. You adopt their beliefs, you buy what they sell, and you never stop to ask if they actually know what they are talking about. You just assume they do, because they are successful, because they are confident, because they have a following. But none of that means they are right. This is called the influencer halo effect, and it is making you trust people who have no idea what they are talking about. Here is how it works. When you see someone succeed in one area, your brain creates a halo around them, a glow of competence, and that glow spreads to everything they touch. You assume that if they are good at one thing, they must be good at other things. That if they built a following, they must deserve it in all areas. That if they are confident, they must be knowledgeable, but that is not how expertise works. Being good at making videos does not make you good at economics. Being good at fitness does not make you good at politics. Being good at entertainment does not make you good at giving life advice. But the halo effect makes you forget that. It makes you trust them across the board, even in areas where they have no qualifications. This is why the influencer halo effect is so dangerous. It turns popularity into authority. It makes followers into credentials. It makes confidence look like expertise. And you fall for it, not because you are dumb, but because your brain uses shortcuts. And one of those shortcuts is assuming that successful people are successful for good reasons. That people with large followings must know what they are talking about. That confidence equals competence. But none of that is true. And trusting people based on those assumptions is how you end up believing nonsense. Most people think they can tell the difference between real expertise and fake confidence. They think they evaluate sources carefully. They think they only trust people who deserve it. But they do not. They trust people who look trustworthy, who sound convincing, who have social proof in the form of followers and engagement. And once they trust someone in one area, they extend that trust everywhere, even where it does not belong. Think about how this plays out online. You follow a fitness influencer. They give workout advice, nutrition tips, and it works for you, so you trust them. And then they start talking about supplements, about health protocols, about medical treatments, and you listen. You believe them. You buy what they recommend, not because they are doctors, not because they have medical training, but because they helped you with fitness. And your brain assumes that if they know fitness, they must know health. But they do not. They just sound confident. And confidence is enough to maintain the halo. Or you follow someone because they built a successful business. They share strategies. They talk about mindset, and you respect that. But then they start giving political opinions, economic predictions, social commentary. And you take it seriously. Not because they studied these topics. Not because they have expertise. But because they succeeded in business. And your brain assumes success in one area equals intelligence in all areas. But it does not. They might be completely wrong. But the halo makes them seem right. This is what the influencer halo effect does. It makes you lower your standards for evidence when the person speaking is someone you already admire. You would question a random person making the same claims. You would ask for proof, for credentials, for sources. But when it comes from someone with a halo, you skip that. You just accept it. Because your brain already decided they are trustworthy. Now think about how influencers exploit this. They build credibility in one area, and then they branch out. They sell courses on topics they are not qualified to teach. They promote products they do not understand. They give advice they have no business giving. And people buy it, not because the advice is good, but because the influencer has a halo. And the halo makes everything they touch look valuable, even when it is not. Think about the influencers who sell courses on how to get rich. They made money by selling courses, not by doing the thing they are teaching. But their followers do not see that. They see someone successful. Someone with a following, someone who looks like they have it figured out, and they assume the success is proof the advice works, but it is not. The success came from selling the dream, not from living it. But the halo hides that truth. Or think about influencers who give medical advice. They are not doctors, they have no training. But they have a platform. They have followers. They have confidence. And people listen. People follow their protocols. People skip real medical care because an influencer told them to. And when things go wrong, the influencer is not held accountable. Because they were just sharing their opinion, just talking about what worked for them. But their followers trusted them like experts. Because the halo made them look like experts. This is the trap. The influencer halo effect makes you confuse popularity with expertise. It makes you assume that because someone has followers, they must be worth following. That because someone is confident, they must be correct. That because someone succeeded once, they will succeed again. But none of that is true. Popularity is not proof of knowledge. Followers are not credentials. Confidence is not accuracy. And success in one area does not transfer to another. And here is the worst part. Influencers know this. They know the halo effect works. They know that once they have your trust in one area, they can leverage it in others. They know you will not question them as much. You will not demand proof. You will not ask for qualifications. You will just follow. Because you already decided they are credible, and they use that. They expand into areas they know nothing about. They sell things they have not tested. They give advice they have not verified. All because the halo protects them from scrutiny. This means the influencer halo effect is not just about being wrong. It is about being manipulated. You think you are learning from someone you trust. But you are just being sold to by someone who knows how to maintain a halo. You think you are making informed decisions. But you are making decisions based on perceived credibility, not actual expertise. You think you are following smart people. But you are just following popular people, and popular is not the same as right. So here's what you need to understand. Separate the halo from the expertise. Just because someone is good at one thing does not mean they are good at everything. Just because someone has a following does not mean they know what they are talking about. Just because someone is confident does not mean they are correct. Ask for credentials. Ask for evidence. Ask for proof. And if they cannot provide it, do not trust them just because they have a halo. Stop extending trust beyond where it was earned. Stop assuming popularity equals knowledge. Stop letting confidence replace competence. And start questioning people the same way you would question anyone else. Regardless of how many followers they have. Regardless of how successful they are in other areas. Regardless of how much you like them, because the halo is not real. It is just a trick your brain plays on you. And influencers use it to sell you things, ideas, and beliefs that you would never accept from anyone else. The influencer halo effect makes you trust blindly. But trust should never be blind. It should be earned in every area. Every time, no exceptions. Watch the next video to see more ways your brain trusts the wrong people.